Last Epoch, the indie that could, and maybe still can. You know, 11th Hour Games' approach, it seems to be completely opposite from their competitors, which is Diablo 4 and Path of Exile 2. They're not promising any crazy innovation or revolution here, but they are promising thoughtful, steady evolution of their game. Uh-oh.
So it comes to this, huh? You know, I work hard, 10 to 15 hours a week. Remotely, of course. I donated $20 back in 2020. And this is how you repay us? The fans. The die-hard fans that are playing Path of Exile right now. You're dead. You're dead. Do you hear me, 11th Hour Games? You're dead to me. Do you hear me?
Jesus, all right, now everybody just calm down, all right? Do you hear yourselves out here? You guys are going nuts. Bear with me here. Why don't you guys just take a nice, big, deep breath with me here, huh? Collective on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay, that didn't do shit. Now, if you're out there right now watching, confused, thinking, White Oak, what are you talking about? What's going on? What's happening? Shh, hey, calm down. I'm here to help. That's why I'm here. I'm gonna get you through this, okay? And if you haven't heard the news yet, well, 11th Hour Games, creator and founders of Last Epoch, have officially sold to the highest bidder.
No! God! No!
South Korean publisher, Krafton. And what do you know, the internet, and just about everybody it seems, is pissed.
I'm in a glass case of emotion!
We're doomed. It's over. I take everything back that I said about 11th Hour Games. You know, how dare they carefully consider their options and accept life-changing financial gain to do what? Better their game for you and me? What were they not thinking about me and you when $96 million was on the line? You mean to tell me that they weren't thinking about us? 11th Hour Games, what's going on, baby? What happened between you and us? You and me, I and you, huh? Hello? And yes, you heard right. They got acquired for $96 million, folks. Okay? Judd's post may have said partnership, okay? But do not get it mistaken. This is a full-on acquisition. They have absolutely no rights when it comes to whether or not Krafton wants to make the full ultimate decision on the direction of this game, Last Epoch. Fuck. That shit was bought, sold, and wrapped with a little ribbon. Okay, now listen, this next part is about to piss a lot of you guys off, but just bear with me. Let's get through this together, okay? I can't always have crazy pacing editing videos, okay? This was last minute, so here we go. I want you to take a second to just pause and reflect with your boy, Young Waddock, okay? Let's face to face, you and me, mano a mano, okay? Let's be honest with each other right now. Full transparency. You, sitting at your desk, on your couch, laying on your bed, wherever you may be right now, and you're telling me with a straight face that you would turn down $96 million.
Shit. Got your ass.
Life-changing money for not only you, but 100 other people and their families on your team. I mean, even think about somebody that you know personally. You tell me you wouldn't inconvenience someone that you know for a little bit, make them upset a little bit for $1 million? Because I'm telling you right now, yes, you would. Yes, you would. Now listen, I'm not saying that it's right. Greed is a devilish trickster that will corrupt the hearts of many weak men. But let he who cast the first stone be without sin. Can I get an amen? Okay? Listen, baby, that's all I'm trying to say, okay? That's all I'm saying. And now listen, if you're a beacon of moral virtue with the utmost saint-like integrity that would never dare lower yourself to the small life-changing sum of $96 million, well then, good sir, I salute you. And I'll see you at church on Sunday. Don't forget that 20 for the Lord now. But as for the rest of us, you ain't turning that shit down. $96 million, baby. You ain't turning that shit down. Are you kidding me?
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Okay.
Okay?
Are you?
Absolutely.
You got your family. You got your dreams. You got things you want to work on, all these ambitious things you want to do. You ain't turning it down. They took a chance to elevate their game to new heights, to truly see a dream, a vision come to life. You ain't got a lot to kick it, man. You would do the same exact thing. And I know what you're thinking. My God. I've subscribed to a professional corporate shill. Nothing could be further from the truth. Let's get into the second half of this video, shall we? And the second half of this is, well, We might be cooked.
This is fine. I'm okay with the events that are unfolding currently. That's okay. Things are gonna be okay.
Yeah, there is in fact a real solid possibility that we're about to get served with burnt edges in this acquisition stew. So get your apron on and join me as we discover where our future truly lies with Last Epoch, 11th Hour Games, and our new daddy Krafton. Now look, Krafton is not exactly a household name. I'll be honest, up until this whole drama started, I'd never even heard that name before. But I think it's safe that most of us have heard of games like PUBG, Terra, and maybe even more recent titles like Callisto Protocol. Yeah, those are some of Krafton's games. And with the amount of coverage that this acquisition is getting, I think it's safe to say that after today, we all pretty much know who they are now. And so here's where things get a little messy. Because see, Krafton is also currently involved in a lawsuit filed against them by former executives Charlie Cleveland and Max McGuire, founders of Unknown Worlds, the studio behind the game Subnautica.
I'm Charlie Cleveland. I'm the game director and CEO of Unknown Worlds, and I've been with the company since we started, which was the end of 2003. So that's 14 years.
My name is Max McGuire, and I've been working at Unknown Worlds for 11 years as the technical director and co-founder. Working with a team that's distributed all over the world definitely has some challenges. We try to get together a few times a year so we get some face time with everyone, and that helps keep the relationship strong, and you kind of know everyone's personality.
14 years, 11 years, I don't know about you guys, but these two don't necessarily give me the vibe that they would just want to give up on their baby, essentially. Why, you might ask? Well, because according to the lawsuit filed, the claim is that Krafton allegedly delayed Subnautica 2's launch to prevent the game from reaching revenue targets that would trigger bonus payments to Subnautica's team through pulled marketing material and refused partnerships. How much of a bonus are we talking here? Just $250 million, no big deal. Come on, guys like you and me, we would turn that down in a heartbeat. As of July 26, 2025, the $250 million payout promised to the Unknown Worlds executives from Krafton has not been made, and the case remains ongoing. The former executive team, including Subnautica creator Charlie Cleveland, CEO Ted Gill, and co-founder Max McGuire, filed a lawsuit in the Delaware Court of Chancery on July 10, 2025. The suit alleges that Krafton deliberately fired them and delayed the release of Subnautica 2 in an attempt to avoid fulfilling the agreed-upon $250 million earnout, which was tied to the game meeting certain revenue targets by the end of 2025. The legal complaint demands the full earnout payment and enforcement of contractual obligations. Krafton has denied wrongdoing, arguing that the firings and the delayed release were due to project delays and leadership issues, not to circumvent the bonus payout. Both parties have issued public statements, but the court has not yet resolved the dispute, and there have been no confirmed reports of the payout being made to the former executives or other employees. The publisher reassured fans that a passionate core team remains, dedicated to developing Subnautica 2 and emphasized a commitment to fairly compensating the rest of the staff. They also promised more transparency and an improved player experience going forward. One of the Unknown Worlds executives, Charlie Cleveland, had this to say: "Suing a multi-billion-dollar company in a painful, public, and possibly protracted way was certainly not on my bucket list. But this needs to be made right. Subnautica has been my life's work, and I would never willingly abandon it or the amazing team that has poured their hearts into it." As for the earnout, the idea that Max, Ted, and I would want to keep it all for ourselves is totally untrue. I am in this industry because I love it, I'm not here for just the riches. Historically, we've always shared our profits with the team and did the same when we sold the studio. And so why does all this matter to us? Because that kind of controversy is exactly why fans are getting nervous hearing that EHG is the latest acquisition for Krafton. And even if all the facts aren't out yet, I think this obviously shakes the trust from the community. There's a lot of skepticism now. People are concerned that Krafton is going to treat Last Epoch the same as they did with Unknown World Studios. It's only a matter of time. The bomb will begin to tick, count down, when they feel like it's time, where they take over, where they're not making enough profits. And right now, most people are on Unknown World's side, Charlie and Max. They are not happy about the acquisition. You're probably not happy about the acquisition. Plenty of people are saying that Krafton's essentially just throwing Charlie and Max under the bus, that Krafton did intentionally delay this game so that they wouldn't have to pay them a contractual agreement of $250 million, even though it was ready for early access sometime earlier in 2025 this year. You signed a contract, you were obligated to pay them out, and you didn't, and that's just shady practices. So when fans hear that 11th Hour Games is signing on to the same Krafton that you and I are discussing right now, you better believe, yeah, people are sweating about it. They're concerned that the same treatment that Unknown Worlds from Charlie and Max, that treatment that they received, it's only going to backfire for Last Epoch and 11th Hour Games, and that same treatment is going to come to them. It will be only a matter of time before we see the cracks start to show. And this is where I believe that the worrying and the doom and gloom comments that are everywhere on the internet right now are completely valid from the community. There's genuine concern for this game and where they've taken the acquisition to.
You turned her against me?
No, not that Krafton. There you go.
You have done that yourself. You will not take her from me!
No matter what angle you try to look at this from or how optimistic you try to be, Krafton is just not a trusted company at the moment, and this acquisition is not a good sign overall. Players are rightfully concerned that Judd has just signed away Last Epoch's death sentence. Now, Judd shared this news on a post on the Last Epoch forums that the team had been searching for a partner throughout the past year, and during this time they spoke with dozens of different companies before they finalized a deal with Krafton. They say they're confident with Krafton's support that they can honestly take Last Epoch to the next level, and it's a promise that Krafton has made to support them in bringing their dreams and vision with Last Epoch to life. Judd mentioned that they will be actively hiring additional staff over the next few weeks to prepare for this shift. These shareholders pull the strings like a puppeteer, man, and they twist the vision that the original developers had, and then they gut the game from the inside out, all for a quick buck. All while Judd and 11th Hour Games are going to have absolutely no final say in the matter when it comes time for one of these corporate parasites to want their money. They will tear through anything to get it, right? It's the exact same corporate cancer that has completely hollowed out and destroyed my beloved Diablo franchise. We all love Diablo, right? If you actually grew up playing Diablo 1, Diablo 2, and then tried Diablo 3 for the first time, you saw the writing on the walls. There were things about that game that was already off. And when they got into Diablo 4 Immortal, I understand why people enjoy those games. You work 9 to 5, you come home, you play with your wife, you play with your son. That's awesome. I can see why the game is good. On paper, it's good, right? Compared to the past, compared to how where games have evolved, it's a good game. But there's a lot of reasons why it could be a whole lot better. I never played Diablo 2 and had a cash shop in my face or any kind of microtransactions or had to worry about any of that. And they seem to be doing just fine back then. The profits were good back then, but it's not enough today because greed is growing and profit margins are rising and they need that money, baby. They need your money. They count on it. All right, so here's the thing. We basically have two options to consider or choose from.
You take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Either you stop playing Last Epoch moving forward, or you trust in Judd and 11th Hour Games, who stand behind and believe in their decision that they've made to be on board with Krafton. Now listen, this is my belief. I don't think that Judd and 11th Hour Games have done the community wrong in any way. They've listened to feedback, they've tried their best with what they have to create a good experience, a great game, a great ARPG experience for everyone to enjoy, including themselves, right? I think this is their baby, and I don't think these guys are fucking stupid. Maybe they took a paycheck. Maybe they saw the money and they said, let's do it. But him saying that they went a whole year trying to, go through different companies and find the best fit for them, they claim they found this. I think that this is their baby and that they wouldn't want to just cast it to the wolves, to the shadows, to an acquisition, a shareholding company that doesn't give a fuck about their game. They want to see this game do well. They wouldn't have put in all these years of work and effort to then just let it drown. Though they've given acquisition and complete final say to this company, I really believe that they have kind of a word is bond agreement with Krafton right now, and I'm hoping that I'm right. I'm being very optimistic here when I say this, that they will have full autonomy with their creative development with Last Epoch, and that it will still succeed, and they will get to do exactly what they're doing now, but with just a much higher financial backing to actually foresee these visions and dreams that they have for their game come true. And I think that's awesome, and we should really root for that and not be so negative all the time. My opinion is that they've done nothing but right by the community up until this point. There's been no shady monetization, no empty promises, just pure hardworking RPG developers that are trying their best with what they've got. Right now, man, look, Judd is in the forums actively trying his PR best to put out all of these fires, and he continues to answer as many questions, comments, and concerns from the player base. And look, I gotta say, I'm looking at it right now. Some of the comments that are being dropped are pretty rough. People are definitely sharpening their knives and pitchforks in response to the Krafton acquisition and letting 11th Hour Games know how they feel about it. So yeah, look, in the beginning I was joking around about the money situation. You would take the $96 million, but you would though. And let's be honest with ourselves. Yes, this is a risky move by 11th Hour Games, Judd, and their team. I think that a $96 million deal could easily come with big publisher energy, corporate pressures that we've all grown to know now and love to hate, right? And there are a lot of intricate posts right now of people telling you exactly why Last Epoch is now doomed to fail to monetization schemes and other failures, and that there's absolutely no going back. Sure, you can refund and walk away. Sure, that's fine. You can do that. But if you love the game, maybe just wait, give it some time, and see what happens. What's wrong with that? Listen, I really hope that this decision was truly based on the belief in their hearts that this move will not be a detriment to the game, but to only improve the gaming experience. It's definitely going to take some time before the skepticism dies down, so I think a few solid seasons of improvements, adding things like a finished campaign perhaps, fleshing out skills and passive trees. I mean, obviously there's a list, right? But just continue communication, and for the love of God, please do not start pushing microtransactions like, for example, Diablo Immortal does. All I want is for Judd, for the devs, for the fans, to just have a deal that truly lets them build the game that they've always wanted to build. Because right now, players aren't upset about improvement. They're upset about how it's being done and with who it's being done with. That is the key here. History tends to repeat itself. So let's just hope that the Subnautica Krafton curse does not make its way to Last Epoch. All right, man, so with all that out of the way, I'm a little calmed down now. It's actually 3 a.m. right now, so I'm going to wrap up this video. But before I go, how about some lighter news? 11th Hour Games did just put out their new trailer for the Dino-themed season Beneath Ancient Skies Season 3, and I haven't had a chance to watch the trailer personally. Let's watch it, man. Let's see the purest season, the last pure season, Season 3, before Krafton officially jumps in. Let's check it out. I like the little mushroom lights, dude. It's sick. Okay, Ancient Era, here we go. New chapter. Nice. That's pretty sick, dude. It looks dope. Oh, what? Wait, whoa, 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 whoa! Sorry, dude, I shouldn't even be doing that. Let me see. 23% increased health. That's crazy. All right, well, I'll look at these later. That's crazy. Oh, no, dude. Is that Jeff Goldblum? All right, man, that's cool. It's a new season. That's all you gotta know. The last one. All right, well, that was cool. Jeez, man, what a reaction that was, huh? I guess, you know, it's 3:30 in the morning. I'm pretty fucking tired, but listen, guys, thank you so much for watching. You know, I try my best to be as unbiased as possible and really put myself into everybody's shoes and just look at both sides and hear both sides of the story, you know, because right now there's an overwhelming, unanimous decision on the reality of the Krafton acquisition. Everybody's just pissing up in arms about it. Let me know, dude, are you guys gonna give 11th Hour Games a chance to shine with their new Krafton financial backing, or are you pretty much completely done and the bridges are burned at this point? Let me know, drop a comment down below if you would, and let me know, what would you do with $96 million if you had the chance and the promise of a better future? Because that is what they've been promised, and I hope it's true. Let me know in the comment section below, man. You guys know that I love interacting with all of you for better or worse. Even if you're just trying to troll me, I'll troll you right back, dog. So let's talk about it, dude. All right, bud. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
See, here I'm now by myself talking to myself. That's chaos, dude.